Good afternoon, ladies. This is Paula back to show you something I've never done. It is tags. I was sitting here one day and I had all this cardboard and I thought, I wonder what those would look like decorated. Well, still don't know because I haven't done it, and I thought we could do it together. So I already had a fail. I not on this one, but this one is gessoed, and then I just clumped. The reason I did it ahead of time was because of the drying time that it took. So it's got, I just brushed 2 layers of gesso, then I just brushed a heavier coat of gesso, and then I just put on some of this Dazzlers or Bedazzlers, or I don't know, Tutti Frutti. It's made by Shimmers. Let me show you. Okay, and they have multicolors and so forth. They have all kinds of products. But anyway, so I've given this a little bit of time. Now this is the Tutti Frutti, and I did sand on the edges, but it really doesn't really do anything. And I mean, a little bit, but it's not worth the chance of bending your tack because cardboard is not that strong. But it also is a little thicker than your paper, obviously, so you will want to put it in a hinged type pocket, you know, something that holds a little bit thicker tags. Now another thing I did, which I don't like, I mean, you may feel differently. This one I did the gesso, and then I put the pink on, and it looked great, and I thought, let's just put some mint green on, which was the let's see what its name is. See You in the Morning. So, but I didn't like See You in the Morning mixed with the Tutti Frutti. So, I'll still play with it, but anyway. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to set Tutti Frutti to the side because I want to show you how we ended up with just the gesso. Now, the gesso one probably will not end up being dry enough for us to, I'll move you in a little bit, maybe you can see better. Be dry enough for us to do anything with today, but the other two are dry. So we don't want to have to be here all day. Just, you know, I just have a tag, one little tag left here. And I'm going to set this one to the side as well. And let's get the gesso in here. I'm using Faber-Castell gesso. So I've got it open, so I'm not going to hold it up there. But anyway, just any white gesso will work. And you don't want it to be neat. You just want it to be plomped on there. Leave some of the cardboard showing. And, you know, you don't want it to be perfect. That's the thing about junk journals. I have a hard time with this. I want things to be even and perfect, and really they look way more junky if you just plop it on there. And if you wanted to do the sides, you could. I didn't. So I'm gonna dry this real quick so we can move on. I don't know how quick it will dry. I hope you guys have been having a good day. It is super hot in Oklahoma. Oh my goodness. We have been in the hundreds. And I think tomorrow it'll be like 103. So, yeah, not cool. Okay, now on the others, I put 2 coats. But this time I'm only going to put the one because of time. I don't want to keep you guys here forever. So I'm just going to dip my spatula in here and just give it like a thick coat, and I really should have used my other one because it would have done better. I'm getting it all over me, but you see I'm doing it just really thick in all different directions. It's fun to get messy, tell yourself that, especially when you're cleaning it up. But anyway, so I'm going to give this one plenty of time to dry, but I just wanted to show you how it was done. It's really cool looking. And then whenever it dries, I can decorate it. Now, I got to take a minute and wipe my hands off, because you will get covered in the gesso. There's no way out. It's not as thick as your paints and so forth. But I thought we would try also some acrylics and see how they would do. I'm going to put the lid on this gesso here. Set it aside. That's the one that I am using. Okay. So now we have this dry one. We're going to move over into the camera, and let's bring this one down too. I thought we would go ahead and try something different on this one. I thought, since we used the Tutti Frutti on the one tag, that we would try just this Pinkadelic, I think is what it's called, and it's a shimmers paint as well, but it's a self-priming acrylic paint with a matte finish. So never ever used it. This is a day of experiments, and I'm not real good at that sometimes, but we'll see what happens. I don't want to get it all over me. Earlier I just squirted out the gesso, and oh my goodness, I had it everywhere. Now this is pretty runny. It's not as thick as your normal acrylic paint. So there is no telling. I'm gonna wash my brush. There's no telling how this is gonna look when we're done, because you know I've not tried it. So I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see a little better. And again, I don't want this to be perfect, you know, so I'm just going to slap it on here. Ooh, that's more like a fuchsia, which that's all right. I don't know that it's going to look as stacked up as the other one did. It really looks dark. We may have to slap some more gesso on there to calm it down. But see, that just went really fast. I don't want it to look perfect. Okay, so now I am going to see if we can dry that real quick. I'm sure it won't take but a second. Get that one over there so we can make sure it's dry. This is an acrylic, so it should dry faster than the other product. And then we're just going to have fun with it. Oh, you know, there is one thing I want to do, though, that we didn't do when we had the gesso out. I've never done this either. But I want to try... Where did my little clips go? 1 second, I got to grab them. I laid them out, and then I forgot to set them on my table. You can tell I'm a newbie when that happens. I'm going to take, because I wanted to try this gesso on these Tim Holtz clips. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well or not. I'm going to just hold it in my hand. Let's see if you can see it. All right. And I just got a smaller brush, and I just want to dab it a little bit. you know, just give it a little bit of a, it's not going to lay there, so I'm going to have to hold it a little bit. But I just want to kind of just sprinkle some gesso on it and see what happens. So we'll let that dry and move on. Okay. I hope this is not too crazy for you guys. It's a lot of different steps, you know, with a lot of different products, and so you never know what you're gonna have happen when it comes to that. I'm gonna move these over just a tiny bit, move the clip out of the way, and I am going to pull up my chair and sit in and hopefully stay in the camera. Okay, so now we're just gonna get our glue out and have some fun. I'm using the fabric, well, this says Fabric Fix. I don't know what the difference in that and Fabric Tack is, but it works the same as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so we have our tray of goodies here. I'm gonna move my heater over, and so I thought, of course, I'm not crazy about this tack. So I'm thinking, should we cover it up with white and some more of that gesso, and then let's do that. I know that that wasn't planned, but we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants, see what happens. My brush is over here wet. See if I can get it dry. Okay, now again, I don't know what it's gonna turn out like. We'll just see. But I just don't, that pink is just too bright. So we'll just kind of put it in the background. And I'm not really worrying about it too much. I do want to plump, you know, a lot on there. So I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I usually stand up when I do this part, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay, now let's just set it down and let it do what it needs to do there. Just almost knocked my water over. That would show that I'm an amateur. Okay, now let's move on while that's drying. Let's take and pull this one over. Okay. God, I need a bigger space. That would help too. Of course, then the camera wouldn't pick it up, so that wouldn't look too cool. All right. So I have some different things here. I have some cheesecloth, and you know, I just grabbed a bunch of stuff. So let's just start with some of this, and we'll just pull it out a little bit and make it messier. I tell you, cheesecloth, it doesn't mess anything up. It is so, it's like one of my favorite new things since I've been doing junk journals. I don't really know how big I want it on here, but because I really have no plan, I'm just gonna lay it down there, and I kind of want some of it to be not under it, under the decorations. So we're just gonna cut that off. And I'm not going to trim the sides till I really know what I'm doing here. And I'm not going to glue that until I start gluing other things down. Now I thought, you know, we could put some paper on here somewhere. But I really thought what would look good would be some text type paper. And again, I didn't plan this, so let's just do this. I don't know what this is going to end up like. It might just look like some paper threw up on the tag. So I'm going to kind of make this a little bit. So it's not perfect, but that's all right. This is just a test run. So, oops, got to have ink. Can't forget the ink, although, you know what? We forgot to ink the tag, but we can go back and do that. I feel like I'm going in circles because there's so many products around me. I can't hardly move. Let's go ahead and set that right there and try to ink a little bit. I don't even know what it will look like to try to ink it because, oh, that's not bad. Sure, I'm going to end up with product all around my... Can you guys see? Can't tell. I'm sitting down. I'm going to pull this over a little bit. Yeah, see this one, when I was trying to sand it, I bent it a little bit. That's why I said, don't waste your time bending it or sanding it, because it won't. See how it bent right here in the middle? It won't sand and do the effect that I really wanted it to do. So, all right. Now let me straighten this cheesecloth back out, which has already attached itself without any glue. It's kind of smashing into the pasty stuff from, it's the Tutti Frutti. Okay, now let's try this again. I think I feel more rattled in my video today than I have any of them, and I should be improving along the way. I think it's because I've never done it, and let's try putting it on right side up here. And I just want a collage on it. I just want to have fun. See what we can come up with. Oh, I don't think I want to use that. I think I would rather use some of these die cuts over in this tray. I don't know if you can see very well from there. Let me scoot some of this stuff away. Okay. All right. I'm thinking here for a second. Do we want to stick with white? Do we want to stick with some pinks? You know, I don't have my string. I don't think I want that button on there. I do like this little tag. I would normally probably trim off the green, but for time's sake, I'm not going to. Let's see. Let's put it right here. It's looking pretty so far. I'm not totally shocked. Okay, let's see what else we've got. I definitely wonder what that would look like behind there. Nah, I don't like that. Okay, I'm looking here, kind of digging through all my little papers, trying to see if there's anything. I do want to use that somewhere. And I have this little charm, and it says made with love. So let's try putting that on. I do want to kind of hang it on here somewhere. I'm not doing anything in any kind of order. Just doing it. Don't know what's going to happen. I'm sorry, my hands are definitely going to be in the way there. I don't know if I got that pinned on. Let's try this again. There's not enough cheesecloth there, so we may have to pin it down here. Let's pin it down here. I'm sorry, my big hands. At this time, it's just going to stay no matter what. Okay, and we can fix it if we need to. Okay, we do, but we'll do that in a minute. Okay, I think I'm just going to add some of these pretty roses on here as well. But where is the question? I think I'm going to do them right down here. This is probably the quickest thrown together thing I've ever done. Whoops! Excuse me. I told you there's no room to set my bottle down. I've got stuff everywhere. This is a lesson learned here. You guys are probably cracking up because in my head, I'm cracking up thinking, oh my word. Okay, got that on there. Let's see what we can do. I'm taking that pin off. It looks silly. We might come back to it later, but I don't like it right there. Let's see. All right, I have some little charms, and let me look over here and see what I've got as far as lace. And I also have some, let's try this. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll just hang that off the side. I kind of like that. This is a really old vintage lace that I got at a estate sale. Okay. Now I will trim that a little bit, but right now we're just going to go with it like that. Let me show you where we're at right now. That's not too awful for being a disaster. Okay, now I think we'll put a little bit of bling on there. Right under, what in the world's on there? That cheesecloth, when it comes apart, it goes everywhere. Okay, let's see. Do we want to put it all the way over, off to the side? I think I do. So we'll make it lopsided here and make it a little different. Now, if I can get the tape that's on the back, I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue on here because you know that this adhesive is not going to stay on here for a lifetime. And it probably still won't, even with the extra glue. Okay, so we're looking really sweet right now. So let's see what else we have in our tray. I'll let you guys be screaming here at the video. Let's see. Do we want this little pearl-like thing on here somewhere? Or do we want this little heart? Let's try the little heart. Who knows, we might end up with both of them. Oh, that little heart is cute. It's not quite as gaudy as the other one. But let me put some glue on it so we don't have it falling off. It's so tiny, I don't know where the glue's gonna go, but we'll see. Give it a little tilt right there. Okay, I'm looking here and thinking, I'm almost thinking that we should stop. Let me see what else I got here. I've got some of Tim Holtz flowers. Whoops, I'm just dropping everything today. I wonder what this would look like on here. Let's just see. I gotta hold it up so I can see. Just a second. I don't know about that. I just feel like it might be too much. You know, less is best, they say. Especially when you don't know what you're doing for sure. I think I'm going to leave it off of that one, and maybe we'll do something like that on the next one. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out a little bit more and give it a little bit more stringy, make it a little more stringy. Now, we're not going to do this today, but what I would recommend to you is, and I probably should have left some of the cheesecloth dangling off. Yeah, it would have looked better. But it's too late on that now. So I would recommend, don't go crazy putting too much on, but I would recommend that you put your tea stained paper in the back. And I will do that, but I'm not going to do it right now on the video. You know how to do that. So let's get our little clip. This clip, I don't know what it's going to look like, but we're fixing to find out. Looks like it needs something, so let me think for a minute. Maybe, now I don't know for sure about this, but we'll just try it and see. Maybe some eyelash string here, let's see. Maybe just a little bit. Got this at Denise's, the Tattered Dream. But now I don't know for sure if, you know, I'm going to keep this on here or not. And I'm really not sure where I want to put it. So I'm going to move the tag over and let's just lay it down. Try to center the string. And again, it's hard to let you see that whenever my big hands are in the front. Okay. Now I don't like to tie bows, you know, because they don't stay in place. And I would prefer just, you know, to, okay. I'm telling you, my fingers are not working today. Okay. It's kind of tangled up. Never had it do that before. Try pulling it again. We'll just make that work. Okay. Now I don't want it hanging way down, so I'm just going to kind of clip a little bit off the ends. And let's bring our tag back, and we're just going to clip it. Instead of, you know, doing a hole punch, we're going to put the clip on there. I don't think I got it quite centered. There. Okay. We could put like a little pearl or something right there. I don't know if I've got one, but give me just a second to look and see what we've got in my little pan. I just put all kinds of things in there because I wasn't sure. I don't have any little white pearls over here. Maybe we'll just leave it. Maybe we'll just leave it. Or, you know, let's see what this would look like. Whoops, sorry. I'm feeling like this little heart's so lonely that maybe it needs a little something. Maybe that. Let's do that. I mean, what do we got to lose at this point? Now, if I can get it on there, it's so tiny. I don't know if you've ever used these little stones, but they're not the easiest thing to handle. So wherever it lands is where it's going to go. There. Okay. Tag number 1. I'm going to stand up so I can make sure you're seeing this okay. Yeah, it's not too bad for a tag that you didn't know what in the world you were doing. Well, it's not that I didn't know what I was doing. It's just I wasn't prepared. I just piled a bunch of stuff on my table and was hoping for the best. So, I'm going to set this one aside and let's go see if this one is dry that we worked on earlier. Oh no, it's not dry. That one's, this particular one's not dry. But let's see what this thing that is really a mistake. It still doesn't look great, but let's see if we can't make it look better. Okay. Now, since it has a lot of pink in it, obviously we're going to have to stick with the pink. And I'm trying to think of what we can do to hide some of the over-the-top pink. I know I've got cheesecloth over here as well. I'll put these tags right there because I want to put some tags on there. Okay, here's some pink cheesecloth. Let's see if we can't calm it down a little bit so it can be used somewhere. I could use cheesecloth on every project I do. Now this is a pale pink, and I was thinking that maybe with it being pale pink we could cover up as much of the bright pink as possible. There. And on this one, I think what we'll do is I think we'll use some of Tim Holtz's flowers. I didn't ink the tag, but you know, you're not really going to be able to see it because it doesn't show up that well. I don't know if I'm going to use those or not, but we can see what it's going to look like. I really liked this earlier, but it's kind of awkward. Let's pull this off. That's too big. I don't want to use that. Okay. Let's see what else we can come up with. I know this looks real Victorian, doesn't it? I bought this pack of, oh gosh, who did I buy it from? I can't remember her name. I feel terrible. I can't think of her name. But I bought this little pack of goodies from her on Etsy. If I come up with her name in my head, I'll let you know in the description below who it is. But she makes these cute little pockets, and then she stuffs them full of goodies, and I love that. It's right up my alley. And it's just fun to get stuff that other people make, you know. When you have to do it all yourself, it's not quite as much fun. Okay. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do on this one, so let's see what happens. Okay. Add a little bit of brown to it there. I'm going to work higher up this time. I don't like that right there. I'm going to have paper and you name it everywhere. I did not read what's on my dictionary paper, so that can be dangerous. Okay. I think I am. I'm just going to glue that down and see what we get out of the deal. My allergies have been killing me, so I'm kind of scratchy today. That's the ink handle. It just wants to fall over. I've got the fan going above me, and it is kind of taking over my whole area. Okay. There went the words. Just want to show you the flower. It's really pretty. Everything Tim Holtz does is beautiful. I wish he'd come up with some new paper. I'm ready for him to come up with a new pack of paper. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Looks like it's kind of, the way it's shaped, it's going to hang over a little bit. That's all right. That looks all right. We'll make it be all right. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm gonna ink this little heart. Not heart. Well, it has little heart holes right around here. And then a pretty little flower. So cute. Let's see. Let me think. I'm thinking here, since I don't really know what I'm gonna do as we go along. I totally forgot to bring my string for if I decided to use a button, but that's all right. I kind of like that little crystal that she put in the package. I know I'm going to put this there, so let's just put it down before the wind takes it away. Let's put down the little crystal too. It's kind of a teardrop. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it like a teardrop. I guess we can. It'll probably look better. And again, I'm sorry, my fingers don't work like the normal. Okay. When the doctor did the surgery on my hand, he left you know, like 10% of the function of my small movement is not there anymore, but he told me that ahead of time, so I knew it. But you do that or you just have terrible pain, and so I chose the lesser of the two evils, I guess. I'm looking here in my box of goodies to see what we've got. I'm thinking, I really love these little bling, but I don't want to over bling. How about we put some lace? Let's just kind of see what we've got. Probably should have put that under. Let's do that. This is just the leftover scrap from the last thing, the last little bit. I can get it to cooperate. There we go. I love how you can just sit down and just start sticking things down, and before you know it, you've got something that you love. And okay, so I've got also this cute little bow. I think I'm gonna put right here. And then I think we'll be done with it, because I don't want to just keep gluing to be gluing. I think I went a little crazy with the glue that time, but thank goodness it does dry clear. And I don't like that as much as the other one, but I'm sure we all are that way at some point or another, where we do something and it's not amazing to us. But I have some, I wanted to put this journal on here somewhere, but I don't think that looks good. No, doesn't flip my lid. So I think that we'll just make it stay simple. And I am going to trim some of this off because it's, you know, everywhere. But this time I'm going to leave it hanging over a little, and then make it a little crazy after that. Just start pulling on it. I'm trying to decide if I want to leave it all the way down or if I want to trim off some of that, but I really don't want this pink to show up down here. So after the camera's off, I may just I'm gonna go ahead and trim it, and then I'll add some more white to it after the fact, because I don't like that bright fuchsia. I'm working on a custom order, and I don't know if I'm using these tags in that custom order, but it's got all these pretty pinks in it, and it has fuchsia in it, but I still want to go on the simpler side. Sometimes you just want to play, and that's really what I'm doing today. Okay, now real quickly, I'm going to get my brush. I'm gonna lay that right there, and I'm gonna get the gesso. I'll have to decide how I'm going to top the top of this tag, because I really don't know. I want people who see the tag to know that there's pink under there, but I just don't want it to be so. Do you ever do this where you just cover up what you don't like? Well, I do. If I don't like it, I come up with a solution, or start, I try not to waste and start over. So, but depends on the day. Hey, you guys, I hope that you had fun today with me just doing whatever comes to my head, which sometimes can be dangerous. But I had fun, and I hope you had fun as well. I wish you would think about it and maybe subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel right now. If you enjoyed the video, I would love it if you could give me a thumbs up. And here's how our two tags turned out. Let me kind of turn them where you can see them. I might have to lay them down. Let me lay them down. I've got very little space. Seriously, maybe an 8 by 10 space, if even that big. I'm going to move our junk over so I can show you how they turned out. Now, on this one, it's okay. I might change some things on that. You never know. And when I work on the other one that's still drying, I might come up with something different. I'll have to drag out stuff and see what I can find. Thank you guys for coming today and watching my video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.